there's a good chance that it could go down 2-0 to Egg. Again, this rivalry has always been a 2-map rivalry, so do you think it's going to happen again here today?
No, I have a feeling that we're going to be going to 3 maps, and in terms of the lean, I kind of want to give Spirit a bit of an advantage, only because they've played Ancient so far in IEM Cologne, and it was in that plans, even in that game against Sprout, in which we saw them come over to the group stage 4. So in terms of the veto, I want to give the advantage over to Spirit, but I think Heroic will take this 2-1.
I'm going to go Heroic on a 2-1 basis as well. They've just been a more consistent team overall. Spirit have had some mares in a couple of tournaments as of late, so for me, I'm all aboard the Danish hype train as we get to the pistol of our first map of Overpass. Going to be a decent start for the Heroic side if they can get this pistol underway. They have got just basic sets of USPs in Kevlar, no utility and no defuse kits.
A bit of an aggressive move towards the top of Con, though, just trying to see if they can sandwich the T-side in.
They're waiting for a very fresh think down to 4 points of health. Cadian going to wait for first blood, and it comes right his way, straight in onto Magix. Kills off the player, and here's the rotations back. He can catch them in the back of his own right. He's going to call in information towards his teammates to the back of the B site and slowly start the rotations inbound, quietly and carefully. There is a big old backstab involved for Caden. He does get Chopper as well. Mir can get the trade back, but Stown is also in position to try and deal with them. A 2-for-1 trade overall. He's Heroic in a 4-on-2, making it now as Testes comes up against SDY, and a bomb plant can be secured.
They're going to try and get it down, but Heroic just aren't even really pressing at all. Mir and Dexter have got a great opportunity of now slowing the round down, trying to take some jewels. At least they get one onto refresh.
Great frag for Dexter. Mir dinks up Stown. There's a good chance that he can now fall here. 4 points of health. They're getting an easy pick for them to try and find it. Dexter does fall in turn, though, and that baited in Mir, so it's all going to rest towards the diffuser, which will just be held together by Testes. Mir can probably just reach it in time, but Shush is probably there for the good trade. Back, facing in. Good shot. Oh, he's going to try hold it. No, he's way too late. Oh, the timing just not there for Mir as the pistol goes the way of Heroic.
It was a very good chance there coming through for Mir, just being able to get back out towards the sandbags at the short position, take those jewels straight away. But even for Heroic, they're just reading the round in that 3v1, knowing that that attention's been pulled out towards Condor, just get onto the bomb, stick the whole thing. But it was this crossfire towards the top of the bathrooms, Cadian getting away with a couple of kills to start off, giving them that early advantage, and the defuse just coming through for Testes.
Yeah, holding that one down as much as he possibly could. Saw those bullets flying, had the discipline to keep it together because he knew that if he unstuck that bomb, that was going to be round done and to the favor of their opponents. Heroic with a big pistol to start things off, and straight into the conversions, the SMGs, the scouts, the 2M4s. Galil's involved for Team Spirit. And the AK out for Mir.
34 days since we've seen Heroic playing an official, back down in towards IEM Summer. Been a little bit of a quiet period for the last month or so. Very quiet out towards the B side for the City side. There's only one player here.
Into that short control. Shush on the pillar, ready with the smoke. Up here towards that monster position. Sees the face, sees the man. Does not get the kill towards him. The flash goes over instead, and the player is suppressed for now. A minute on the clock. You know that he's there. He's got no backup. The rotations are going to be a little bit slow. They're going to slow walk in, and if they can just find this headshot in the right moment, then Shush are going to fall down so easy. He could also catch the bomb carrier, but no. SDY opens up the round.
They do have a little bit of a backstab going on, but you're right about those rotations. Really slow to get into position. Cadian missing that scout shot, and Spirit just overwhelmed the site completely.
Testes is trying to backstab though, and he's going to see one man lose the fight to Dexter. Caught looking the wrong way, and Dexter can punish it. Good effort from Testes, 22 HP, but Dexter stays alive in a 5-on-3. This is going to be a save.
That's his first LAN up for Spirit too for Dexter, so that's going to be a very keen opportunity to see what he's going to be like. We know both him and Magix have never played at an S-tier LAN event at all. Both of those youngsters keep an eye out for the Spirit side. Heroic, though, it seemed like they had maybe a misdirection in the read, grouping up outside of sort of that party and long position, really big influence out to the A side, and then Shush was just alone at B.
Yeah, well, let's get through that first contact. There should have been some quicker rotations, I think, from the Heroic side. Again, they were so slow to get back to the A site and so slow to get into towards the B contact, so mistakes made, but ultimately around that Team Spirit were going to have a decent contest. Then again, they forced with the Galils and the AK. Not a single player without a rifle in that round for the Ts. Same cannot be said for Heroic here in this one. It's going to be a force buy.
And for Chopper, he had a bit of a shocker when it comes to the fragging departments in the play-ins. A average of an 0.81 rating, -38 in KD differential. So him coming into this group stage, he's got the support around him, but he might need to offer up a little bit more in that fragging department.
Flashes in, scout out for Cadian, looking down range, but doesn't see the man. Getting out of dodge very quickly for Heroic. A bit of passive-aggressive positions, taking on these defaults. The Molotov's in position as well to try to drive some common angles away. Smoking out and flashing into towards the mid control, but there's only really one player to defend it. It's a 4-man stack on B.
It's very gambly so far for Heroic on this CT side of Overpass. They're not really making a massive amount of info plays. Connector is a position of the map in which they're just not operating at all. And for Team Spirit, this is just allowing free range of map presence to get further and further aggressive.
It's continuous walk-ups here for Mir. Cadian jumping with the scout, still not spotting any information. No contact has been established here by Spirit.
Now, the clock is still running relatively low. Chopper just going to try and send some nades out to the B side, see if he can force some counter utility, but it's going to be this aggressive long take that's going to have the first contact.
And Magic's walking in there, backing him up. Players just going to face out, see nothing at all. Expected there to be aggression from the CT side, but just nothing given up. Team Spirit are starting to run out of time here. They're going to form up.
But they've got a lot of util, and even if they group up towards this A side, they've only got a couple of players to deal with.
Cadian watching. Here towards the bathrooms. Nothing that you can see as of right now. Spirit are going to make their way in from mid. Smokes down. Suppressing in the back. Good shot at the head of the first man. Tag up on the second. Third phase will not yield any results. The Molotov will burn him out of the way. But Testes catches Mir. So now it's a 5 versus 3. 20 seconds. Time pressure for Team Spirit with further flashes coming in for the CT side. Another one that Refresh can also use to try and suppress them here. Smoke down towards Dumpster. 10 seconds. Players making their way forward. They're going to suppress the bomb for the moment. Chopper got to get both of these kills. He only finds one. Down alive and flanking from the scout play. 3 seconds and the bomb carrier drops. That's round done. Shush just got to stay alive and keep it in together for Heroic.
Oh, jeez. That gets so chaotic out on the site. And for Spirit, it seemed like their main objective was take as many jewels as possible and get that bomb plant late. And unfortunately for Heroic, because they're so quick on the rotations and they gather that information so quickly, even though they lose a lot of fights, they just play the clock. They just run out of time.
And Chopper struggling to get this kill in against the likes of Stown. Testes just forcing straight forward in towards that long control. Coming up so good to deny the bomb plant and as a result deny the round there for Spirit. Heroic back in on the guns once again. Of course, forced by Team Spirit as you would expect here. We've had a lot of forces in these early couple of rounds, Dwayne.
You even look at this situation, though, and look at the buy and say, hang on a minute, it's not even really a forced buy. They've got themselves enough reserve even in the last that even though they've lost it, they've still got all the rifles out. Nade stack out to that boost position, does very early damage onto Stown, completely dealing with him.
Yeah, man advantage gained by Spirit. They're going to boost up as well towards the B side. I think it's Mir that will take the honors. Dagster finds Refresh as well to spray through the smoke towards Monster. So another kill gain untraded by the Heroic side. Just waiting on Mir's moment to peek up and strike. He could catch a player in the back. Flashbang forward, seeing Cadian. Execution shot, perfect, 5v2.
This is a beautiful round for Spirit. Just slow it right down, make sure it's very careful, and as soon as they get the opening couple of kills, you just forced in a mistake. The boost comes up, sloppy out towards the barrels, and now Shush and Testes have got to win a 2v5.
Just forcing straight forward here. Both of these players on site. Just going to get overwhelmed easily on the part of Shush. Testes doesn't even get an exit frag. All 5 players alive here for the Spirit side. 2-all to the board, and it's back and forth contest has definitely heated up in the early part of the game, but now Heroic are going to get reset.
I don't think we're going to go back and forth any further than this round here. Yeah, we know it's a double eco status, but the buy is just too strong. Great nades out towards that boost position, but just everything looked so coordinated there from Spirit. The jewels that were being taken, the positioning and the timing between one another. And for Heroic, they just found absolutely no success in that last round.
Forcing the issue here for round 5, of course, single round loss bonus for the Danes. Spirit getting the decent contention in the early start of their own map pick. Again, they went to Overpass for a reason, and their successes on this map in previous has definitely come to fruition so far in this one. Right now, playing in against the basics of the Heroic side. Should be an easy round for Team Spirit to take.
Heroic, again, setting up a very aggressive long take, and for Spirit, there's been so much sort of execution basis out towards this B site that this read, again, is unfortunately the wrong call.
Sees that up close. Dagster and SDY. Shoulder scene. Shadow scene, I should say. Dagster comes up with a kill on Shush as a result. So start out for the T's and walk in. The bomb should get picked up by Chopper on rotation. Could get caught off by the CT side if they extend far enough, though. When does this M4 get spotted? Oh, just about evades position, but that could still favor Heroic if they can peek out fast enough, but they're still being a bit too careful about this.
This is a very good position for the CTs to be in, especially if Team Spirit get a little bit lackadaisy about how much they're looking behind. Chopper's waiting for the play. They've now pushed that bomb back out to Monster.
Get it towards the site from the bomb plant, ensuring that Heaven's also covered off on the site itself. Takes the bomb plant position. Very much the Heroic can do here. Again, this should be a third for Spirit to take the lead away from the Danes. I'm hoping that maybe some of these pistols could do some damage, but so far so little gain by the CT side.
And we know for sure this is only his second big S-tier LAN. The last one was Katowice last year with Mad Lions. They got a few guys on this team that, although they're quite young and they've had a fair bit of experience playing for some big-name teams, your Mad Lions, your Optic Gamings, your sort of North and teams, the Fragsters back in the day, not a lot of LAN experience for some of them.
Haven't had much of a chance to get LAN experience
Yeah.
there, so... Heroic, much like many other teams involved in Cologne, have had a number of debutants in this lineup, so let's see whether they can put their impact, translate it over from the online stage. Can't translate anything into this round, though. It's going to have to be the eco around these Shade pistols that they had from the previous. 2 players yet to frag on the CT side. Again, it's still early doors, though.
Yeah, we'll wait till we get to see all the rifles coming back into the mix, but even in the situation for Team Spirit, we're going into round 6, and there is so much money in the reserve. So if they just keep another round forward where 5 players stay alive, maybe 4 at most, they only lose 1 or 2, the money is still going to just be booming.
Yeah, tough economy to crack. Alright, probably not going to be aware of this here. Again, hoping to do some damage in round 6, but can't really rely on that being the case. Eagles, CZs, 1 USP for Shush being the main weapon to work with. Chopper's going to blind fire in out of connector. Bit of a beast that came in early from Heroic. They're going to try and push forward of that. Rotate 1 player back into the A site. Flashbang forward. Force Sundar Young to get both of those kills. Last bullet accuracy on refresh connects to his head. 2 players down for the CT side.
Hey, it makes it look pretty easy. And a lot of people forget just how long SDY has been a part of this team. Feels like it's just been year after year after year. Coming up to, I guess, 3 and a bit, almost 4 years now. Just being able to catch off the stragglers and now just make a move into the A side.
Steagle shots ringing out for Heroic, trying to pick apart somebody out here, but no one's going to give an opportunity. Dexter creeping up towards long control. Chopper establishes the long entrance. We'll just suppress util. Magic's going to fire down against Cadian. Down pushes in, desperate to find something out here. Does get a tag off, but it's completely caught unawares of it. Actually does find the kill on Dexter, so that's something for Shush at least, but I don't think it will consist of a retake.
Especially with these just re-smokes going down, just wasting further and further time. There's still a few flashes for the T's to work with, but they're just making sure, play passive. We don't need to get overly aggressive and hunt these players.
It's down and Shush now. Last couple of players left. They will get 1 more exit frag on an M4, but I think the main AK staying in play would be absolutely fine here for Spirit. Dropped out from Sound, doing some damage again, but eventually overwhelmed by Chopper. And there it is. 4-2 to the board. Rifles will be inbound now for the Heroic side.
And this is going to be the real big test for both of these teams to say, okay, what kind of overpass are we going to get? Is this where Spirit just continue to follow up? They keep putting rounds up on the board, they keep their economy strong? Or is Heroic going to make it really difficult and put pressure on early? Even the buy state coming forward, yes, you've got that AWP down for Cadian, but you've also got Vermaas in for refresh.
Yeah, and still limitations here and there for the Heroic side, so we've got to be careful about that, but for now, it's a gun round, and I think they can be happy with that much. All 5 players from Team Spirit, however, so focused on the B-side play. Or Cadian ready to receive some short presence, but they're going to fast rush out a monster, and Cadian's going to readjust for it. Shush here at Toxic Barrels. Smoke down to suppress any Molotov, they back some cover. SDY opens up. Refresh able to respond here. Mir not caught at the edge of the smoke right there. Chopper and Refresh going back and forth. Mir's got 2 players to find who's going to see who first. Well, Refresh gets a triple in for him. Mir finally trades back on a 2-on-2 scenario, but Refresh is sat back over at water, dropping that bomb, still looking for the head of Mir. Seeing those bullets and traces fire back, the M4 up in heaven of Tessa trying to support it. As Refresh goes for the quadra, can't make it an ace, and it's a 1-on-1 for Tessa now to hold it.
Mir's got the smoke for cover. That gives him a chance of going back over the bomb, try and get it towards the side. Tessa's on rotation now to Graffiti.
Yeah, if he gets this plant, Tessa has no kit, so it's going to be a difficult retake with time pressured against him. He'll plant open just behind that smoke. Also over towards Graffiti will stop Tessa from aggressing further forward. Doesn't want to give away that information. Slow and careful from the CT player, starting to peek up now, looking towards short, looking towards sight, looking towards water, just not looking towards Mir here. And now he just says, sod it, let's go straight in. Making all the noise, giving all the info. Mir's going to adjust against this. Bomb's not planted for him over a grill though. Tess taps it, thinks he's on short. Mir's going to rotate around, ring a rosies, okay. Just avoiding each other, but I think Tess is out of time. It's So you have to try and escape at this one, and indeed just grab the AK and run for the hills.
Oh, that was really well played there from me. Just the utility usage, the way that he gets the smoke down out to default, make sure that even if that duel comes out to him at heaven, he's going to be completely covered. And then just the internal clock to put that molly out towards the right side of Graffiti just when Testis is thinking about making a move in on the rotation. He can't do anything. Mir out from that barrel's position. It seemed like Shush had an idea of where he was, but just wasn't able to find the connections. The 1v2 out for Mir, and he was very, very impactful in the play-ins. The 9th highest rated player there, put on one hell of a performance in their few games.
The impactful player of that round was Refresh, and you saw on the replays how he was able to exploit a small gap in a smoke to get all the picks on site and still hold 4 kills. So it's only down to a 1v1 scenario because of him. But for Heroic, not getting the victory on their board, not getting the round on their board, leaves a awkward buyback for round 8. Deagle's in, a kind of a half buy around the AK, a scout in as well for Cadian. Magic's in his own rifle in for the aggressive face on shore.
Just waiting for that early contact, waiting for the CTs to just start over-aggressing or just even jiggle peeking. There's another big backstab. This time around it's Tessus.
Moving up, seeing Chopper. Instant execution to the headshot. Wonderfully done. Start out. Deal with the 1 AK at least. Tessus has got a lot of information now and a lot of map presence, meaning that the CTs can full send into the B site and go for the stack with these Deagles.
The Spirit being a bit tunnel visioned out to this fountain and part position because they're not putting any presence towards the A side, and that allows more backstabs and more information to get collected.
Big secondary kill now. Shush gonna hold face at Monster. CSDY can't quite connect the headshot. Nade onto his position should finish him off. So that's 1 trade back for the T side. But counteraction, Cadian gets his headshot on SDY. Magic's there for the trade back. 2 players remaining. They see 1 out of Monster, seeing the player at short as well. Bomb dropped in the open, so Refresh can just wait for Tessus to complete his backstab. Tap burst fire onto Dexter. Now leaves it all on Magic's in a 1 versus 3. And this half buy looks to go well for Heroic, unless Magic's can clutch this. Triple up for him now and flash out towards Monster. Knows exactly where Tessus is coming from.
It all just comes out of time, and with this util, Smoke goes down to the short position. He's waiting for the fight, needs to look back over to Monster. Comes over, but not close enough. Tessus, with that backstab, with that AK, recovers the AWP, gets 3 kills in the round. A huge clutch to come through for Heroic.
Yeah, 3 massive kills for Tessus, and he becomes the impact player as appropriate. Big round for Heroic because it was a half buy in that one. It was just a saved AK, a scout, and Deagles being brought down. Not even head Kevlar or major amounts of utility, just regular Kevlar without helmets. They've stolen 1 away from the Heroic side. AWP saved in and all means there's full gun setup coming in for the CT side. And that economy does not look as hot as it once did for Team Spirit.
Yeah, very true. And for them, in terms of entries and site takes, everything's looking precision. Really, really solid for Spirit. The only letdown we've seen so far in this first half is the allowance of backstabs from the opposition. The lurk plays for Heroic. It's been consistent for them.
Walking up. SDY, the first man in, flashes over, burst fire, Refresh actually just holds the spray, he gets both kills. The 2-for-0 trade, looking back to Monster where Chopper is there, sprayed up by his teammate, flash around the corner, 2 to find, Refresh makes it a quadra. Ace stolen by Tessus. The Heroic will get to 4.
Refresh, really looking solid, and he was the kind of guy too that I think really early in his career was sort of touted as going to be the next sort of big star. Had that stint with Tricked and Fragsters, moved up to Optic, but then after that lineup, he kind of disappeared for a couple of years, and now he's come back, and he has been a key figure for this Heroic team.
A single round difference for Heroic and Spirit. They just started to bring this one back. Spirit still on the force buy though, still getting most of the rifles out, the AKs on 3. 2 Galils on Chopper and Magic, so they're going to try and suppress and try and hinder Heroic's opportunities. But this could be an even standing here for the CT side. It's passive defaults from Spirit.
It could get to a bit of a position where the further this economy starts getting hammered down, we're eventually going to have to see an eco coming through for Spirit, unless there's a bomb plant and unless there's more economical damage being put over towards that CT side. They keep putting heavy presence out towards the B side for the CTs. Really passive. We're not seeing short water being taken. Connected to Heroic are really, really deep on B.
Incendiary down into the short water angle on that boost spot position. No one from there from Team Spirit means that there's not going to be an opportunity for Heroic to get information or to steal a kill. Instead, it will just be into the defaults that continue. 56 seconds and so far so little gained. Still a 5 versus 5, just damage being done to Chopper.
And there is a big avenue out to long of open space, but it all just comes down to how does Chopper realize that?
Should be able to just walk up, I guess, and eventually find an angle. Caden's going to have to adjust towards this soon, though. They've left it open for so long. He's waiting for rotations here. Testes playing as the solo holder as Caden does get his one frag. He's going to wait for the backstab. Orphan on the right back in towards the bathroom's entrance. And he cannot get a kill. Caden can strike with a second flashbang forward, seeing another player, but Chopper finally completes his wraparound to a 3 versus 3. Retake will have to be on for Heroic. They're only just getting to the side.
They're going to push through the smoke, though. They want to get aggressive about it. Amir punishes. Now a chance for the bomb to get planted.
Yeah, read like a book on that one, too. AK's now for Down and Shush. Chopper so close. And Shush going to bait in the shot, try and look for the kill. Eventually come up with it, but lose a lot of HP for his trouble. But we're back to an even man standing. 2 on 2. It's down. Rotating up. Shush trying to find his way onto the site somehow. Careful placements from Dexter as well. His AWP. Currently the second top fragger for Team Spirit alongside the top fragger Amir, but a missed shot as a peek comes in and Shush can punish him for it. It's all to Amir now. 1 on 2, bomb tap, one swings back, sees the man as Down, trying to tap his way onto the victory. Shush gonna have to hold the diffuser. Down picks up the kill, and Heroic pick up the 5th.
That's a tight round coming through for Heroic, and it seemed like it fell apart really quickly when Refresh just pushed through that dumpster smoke. They wanted to put as much pressure on the site itself, try and deny that bomb from going down, waste the time, but it was Shush out from the bank position to get away with a couple of kills. This really turned the whole round around when he got the kill onto Chopper and baited out the AWP shots too from Dexter.
Even man standing. Heroic finally going to equalize against Team Spirit. Has been a bit of a back and forth in the early game before Spirit pulled ahead, but now it's a half buy when Heroic can start to build their own lead here. AK only saved on one individual. Fast rush in from the Spirit side. It's going to be Shush's AK that will hold back for it. M4 of Refresh instead wants to try and aggress forward. They're already in the site though. They've run right past Refresh here. Have they caught him? They've caught 2 kills for it, and Refresh drops that bomb. Looks for the third man. Dexter trying to go for a knife. That's a bad call because it will capitulate the C side.
If they can get a bomb plant, that'd be great, but for me, he's going to be in a clutch situation again. Knows there's a player out from heaven, doesn't have the information of where the AWP is, and Cadian, it might be up against an eco, but you can see them really getting pumped up, and this is the Heroic that we saw online. Those big rounds, those really crucial clutches, they get excited, they work with the energy.
And they did lose a lot in that round though, so in the grand scale of things, in terms of the in-server situation, the money's going to be limited for Heroic as Spirit got that half bite together to do some damage at the very least. Not quite a bomb plant, but they can still afford the AKs and a AWP here.
This is now turning into a fair bit of a streak for Heroic, 4 in a row, and not really giving a massive amount in terms of those bomb plants up to the CIS squad. Oh, the aggressive play from Testes. We haven't seen this before.
We saw him try and push up towards the T-con position on one of the previous half-buy rounds, but he's not held Fountain in this particular angle yet. Spirit are expecting this, though, hoping that there is an opportunity for them to find an opening, or at least to catch up an aggressive player and get some information. Hard back here for Testes, gets the kill, ins down, gets the magic. Dexter and Chopper will try to trade it back, but Testes holds it together, so 3 for 2 trade, favor the CT side.
And they needed to start making a bit of a move over towards T because they've given all the information away. Even just see the way in which Shush is just playing out from the barrels, allow that rotation to come through, but the play out for Monsters coming in.
And Shush straight in against SDY, Chopper alone, 1 versus 3, just found at the edge of the wall. Shush needs a wall bang spray for a 2K. Heroic to build up the lead, 7-5. This streak indeed has started to get a bit out of control, a bit out of hand here for Spirit.
Especially when we went back and forth in the early few rounds, and then it looked like Spirit had really maintained control. They were building up money, they were getting some really good site takes out to B, but all of a sudden it seems like all that success has gone away pretty quickly.
Guns back out for the Spirit camp. The Galil's and AK's another forced invest, which is pretty characteristic. We've seen a lot of force buys from CIS teams over the course of Cologne. Not shocking at all. With 3 AKs to work with for Heroic, that might be a shock to the system for the T side if they're not ready. All this head Kevlar to be negated. They'll take first base on Cadian, who can't quite hit his shot.
That's a missed opportunity for SDY. As soon as the AWP misses out, you've got to be getting the instant kill. When it doesn't quite happen, a lot of damage come through. Now a walk set up into party.
Yeah, 4 players slow walking into the mid position. Down going to make his way up with the M4. Backed away is Spirit. Focused entirely on the A hit. Nades on Stown doing damage. Smoke's involved to try to press. The Magic's going to push right forward of it. They've left that position pretty open, but Testes on long. Caught off towards that long control. He somehow turns around for the kill. Stand will fall in turn. He pre-fires near, looks for Dexter, who gives up the 1v1, but doesn't quite get killed off for it. Magic's going to follow suit on Cadian. 3-on-2 retake for Refresh and Shush.
He's coming in quickly from this comp position, but Dexter's already pushed up aggressive. Out from long itself, the kill coming through. Out from the bathrooms, does get one, but a lot of HP dropped, and now the backstab in.
Yeah, big battle for Refresh. Now Shush is going to have to do the heavy lifting because Refresh might be taken out of play. Is he watching for Dexter? Oh, he was, but he turns away at the wrong moment, and now Shush with it all to do. We're going to get that smoke on the bomb itself. Can he go for the ninja? No, he can't. Magic's on site, finds the angle, finds the round.
It's a little bit disappointing that Vitessus gets away with so much. What a ridiculous kill to 180 back over from that long position, follow up with the pre-fire. But it seemed like in terms of maybe the rotations and the assistance coming in too quickly again. That's something that Heroic have been punished for. It's just overextending massively when rotating up.
Yeah, nicely done from Tessus to hold this round as close as it was. It's just a shame it didn't quite turn into a round itself for Heroic. Great recovery there for Spirit, and again, the economy is going to be broken. A very broken state of economy from both sides over the course of this game. One moment where it really built for Spirit, but other than that, been forced for force, and the double orb star coming in for the CT sides down. Does catch Dexter though, kicks things off on the right foot.
Oh, flash out towards Monster. Shush doesn't peek with it, but there's so many players here.
Magic's going to get the headshot regardless. CZ up close. Cadian might have to provide some assistance with the close quarters combat himself. Shot on towards Magix. Gets his kill. Turning away from the flashbang. And Refresh wraps the corner. Gets one more pick. Drops that bomb. Chopper responds to a 2 versus 2. And Tessesson's down. And a HP advantage here against the two players of Team Spirit.
Oh, this backstab. Stan's going to have to waste time. If he can waste it on the clock, that allows the backstab to come through from Monster.
Free fire in the tap. The flashbang finally forces the orb to fire. But Tessess drops the bomb. And it's all left to Chopper. Spin his rotors up and fly away with this round. We're going to fly away with the bomb. 60 seconds left. Pushing in with the bomb. Picked up now into Monster. Tessess holds the angle. He's going to realize it's been picked up soon. Just down. He's repositioning to a passive position. Chopper's going to try force the fight, I think. He's
got so much time to work with. He can just wait for a CT to make a mistake, try and force a fight out. But Tessess has really made sure that he is the impact guy when it comes to this first map. 14 kills and 6 deaths so far. Refresh is chiming in, but it's the multi-kill potential we're seeing from him.
Yeah, Tessess is having a game. An absolute game for him. He's getting Heroic in the lean on CT side, looking for that 9-6, and they might just be able to get it. Spirit. The buy back into this round. There'll be 3 Galils, 2 AKs. Pass off to Magix on his own AK. Chopper does not have faith. His teammate, you have a bit more of it. Straight in towards Monster Control here for the Team Spirit side. They're going for another B execution.
Missed T-Con smoke for the T side to be able to distinguish the early molly, but it's the anti-rush nades in for the City side, trying to slow down the early push.
Magix. First man out, he will push forward. Shush will get the kill in. Down, wraps around as well. SMG for Refresh trying to find an angle to work with, but Team Spirit are going to slow this back down again.
Yeah, they've got so many players on B. Everyone is rotating for Spirit. They can't go into this. They can't go into the meat grinder.
We've seen 2 players falling, realizing that we'll just get Lil's thrown back. There was 1 AK in the field, so Spirit have dropped that much. Heroic, have they been pulled for a ruse here? 2 players have rotated off B.
Yeah, Spirit just try and slow it down, make it silent, try and force out a couple of mind games, see if they can rotate a couple of players up to A, but even with Refresh this far up towards Monster, they might not expect this position.
Some Young holding with the Galil, Refresh still holding with the MP9. How does Some Young do this? Can he even do this? Forward player to force the fight. Third man's rotated away from the B sites, and now it's the Monster and Toxic players. And Refresh is down to hell. Toxic dealt with as well. 5 versus 3. Retakes on.
Just what they needed. 1 player to really step up with the entry kills. Couple of kills now flowing through for the Spirit side, but they still haven't got the bomb down.
Smoke down towards Heaven. Downs just pushed ahead of it. Sees the man. Sprays through. Catches SDY. Looks towards short as well. And the second player peeks into Dexter. Can get the kill. Mir drops in turn. Dexter trying to force the fight on Tessess, but Cadian comes in at the right moment to get the final kill of the half. And the half itself at 9-6 for Heroic. Going into the T side, the challenge begins after the break.
This world is slowing down. How can I fight
Well, 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 7 out of the last 8 rounds being won by the Danes. And, well, if they keep this up, Jay, we may see them winning Spirit's map pick of Overpass. Jumping into the pistol, it's going to be Chopper with the kid, couple of flashes to back up, and at least a Mutil coming through for a refresh.
What a map victory it would be for Heroic as well to once again reinstate the opportunity for a 2-0. I know that you said you weren't going to expect the 2-0 to come through in this matchup. You thought you'd be going to all 3, and I had no reason to disagree with you. But if Heroic take this, then, well, it'll be bad times ahead for the Spirit camp. All-important pistol for them. They've already used one of those flashbangs on the part of Chopper. Sundai Young waiting here in the top composition, waiting for Stown to peek in. Saw his shoulder, did not catch a head, and he's going to fall back, hearing more footsteps.
Yeah, they're hearing all of this information, but they need to make a bit of a play off it. It's going to be a bait to try and get Dexter involved, but SDY can't be able to find the frag. They don't know about Mir, though.
They're not going to extend towards him as well. That's great stuff from Stown, holding back and recalling positions here for Heroic. Kalian, lockout, sees the one-man, great reactions, has called it in towards his teammates and falls back out of position as well. Mir forces forward against Refresh and catches the P250 to drop, so now a 4-on-4 situation has finally been traded by Spirit.
And that's going to probably push them out towards the A side because they don't know if Mir's gone back towards Connector, but on A itself, Magic's just waiting for the contact.
Just looking in towards mid and looking back out to the long control, but can't see anything at all. 40 seconds down. Pushing in, hoping that there's someone in the corner, but nobody's giving anything for Spirit. Heroic have been the ones to force the issue.
Time is running low, but it still looks confident here, and for the long peak, now the information's been given up. They've got 3 on A here for the CT side.
Kill on the first player. Chopper's going to try to get back out of dodge. Sundai Young back here. That's going to kill on towards Cadian. Taps up another great headshot. Cannot make it. A triple kill. Chopper also goosed back down, out into Bank. 2 versus 2. Mir's wrapped in. Down seen that they can plant open for Bank to be safe from there.
They know where both these CTs are, but Mir's not slowing down.
Neither is Chopper. Faces in, gets the wall bang on Shush. Now it's sort of down here at Bank. Knows that one player's tagged, but the issue is going to be Mir. Smoke on the bomb. Not hearing a defuse thing. Moving up instead. Look for the shot back. He's trying to duck back out of dodge for 2 HP. Chopper overwhelms, and a great double peek in from Spirit. Gets the pistol to their favor.
That's just relentless aggression out from Spirit in terms of those rotations. They never allowed Heroic to get comfortable at all in that post-plant situation, and it just comes from both Chopper and from Mir. I mean, sometimes you see one player getting aggressive, trying to put that aggressive move forward, but instead, both of them were just trying to take as many fights as possible.
Great shooting from SDY here. Fantastic shots of 2 individuals of Kalian and Co. Chopper was able to get the round-winning play, though. Again, Spirit making a team effort. Heroic on the force buy so early. They got that bomb plant. Not quite as many Galils as Spirit had on their conversion, but still 2 AKs in play.
I remember what happened in the first half. We saw that Heroic won pistol, but then lost the anti-force buy, and then won the force buy, and we went back and forth. So this could be something that happens again.
Could well be. A minute and 30. Early doors in this particular round. The AKs and the Galils and the Eagles just wait back and pray for a moment in the sun. Right now for Spirit, it's a moment in the mid. 4 players making their way up, and SDY will start to fall back.
This lurk out to the B side from Cadian might be able to at least get a bit of a late lurk out from the monster position, but SDY's already got the contact. He needs to try and fall back to side. Follows up with even further damage. Can't quite find the third. Dexter's there for support.
Yeah, 4 versus 2 situation. Spirit making this look so easy against Heroic. Even the bomb got dropped in that one. They have fully forced the rotation, though. Cadian start walking back with his Deagle. Magic's seen, not taken down. Needed that headshot. Didn't see Mir at out to heaven either. And he gets that kill, and as a result, so this is down 1v4. Hearing the footsteps of the scout player. Thinking they might be here towards the B side, so we can stick a bomb plant in.
Yeah, money is going to be very, very much needed, but at the same time, he's thinking to himself, I want to try and win the round. I want to try and aggress, see if he can force back into that scout, but Dexter's just moving.
Peek in from Chopper. Not even going to get extended to by the Molotov. Forcing him back into the back lines, and now there's really not much of a chance for Stown to get the plant in. 10 seconds, he's got to save. Smoke down to suppress. Get as far out of dodge as you possibly can. The CTs are going for the hunt, though. I don't know if they'll be able to reach him in time. They might get to bathrooms, actually. They'll grab the AKs instead. That's a smart call.
Yeah, Stown just realizes that there's no chance here. And for Spirit, that was really well coordinated to just not take fights. We knew that Dexter was out in Bank, Chopper came out from the truck position, and everyone's just trying to hide. Everyone's just trying to play time, because now this just wrecks the economy even further. There's no bomb plant, and AK's being saved, but that was a force buy round in the last. That is not where you want to be.
Lost out for Heroic. Might hinder them even further onwards with that saved AK. The money line for Stound's going to be looking pretty awkward from here on out. Again, just blocks into this one. See if they can get the money back on favour. Heroic should be equalised here by Team Spirit.
Mir making some aggressive moves out from short water, and you've got to wonder in some of these early rounds just how much of a difference we're going to see in terms of the playstyle. Mir had a really, really high success rate with opening man advantages gained on the city side, second in the play-ins.
Time's running short. Approaching the last minute of the round. And SDY is waiting with the SMG here towards the top of Cologne. Expecting Heroic to force their way around position. They are ready without Kevlar on most individuals, so this should be easy mop-up for him. Easy money to be gained. They'll flash their way into the short position instead. Sees those three players, gets the connection, gets the one frag, runs out of ammo for the second. Almost got that third, but yeah, 1-for-1 trade.
Just pass the AK back over to Shadian down to 1 HP, but at least they've got the AK with someone with armor, but Tessa's fall straight away.
Magic's finally picking up the kill. Shush does turn around onto his knee, and that's one good pick back and a second. Okay, hold on. 3 versus 2. Chopper and Dexter coming in from very different positions. Smoke on towards heaven. Chopper's going to have to try and dive down. Seen by the pistol of Refresh. The bomb is in Dexter's control, and it won't even matter. Chopper burns 1. 2 kills come back. It's 9-all.
That was a very decent eco to come through for Heroic. Yeah, you don't get a bomb plant, but 3 kills with that hero AK that got saved in. Does mean that Stound's going to be limited. Probably go for just a Deagle or a Galil, or maybe even a Mac 10 if they want to go for something a little bit quicker. Just trying to get as many chaotic trades as possible. Shush doing work with the AK, but we are tied now, 9-9.
Heroic up on the gun round, of course, with the saved AK for Stound. It means he's on Deagle, but we'll call it a rifle round for the sake of it. Spirit. 2 AK saved, of course, the AWP in for Dexter. His first shot down towards the mid-control, but so far so little has been seen by Heroic. They're not going to give up that kill.
Now, they really need to try and fight for a little bit of an opening advantage. Dexter just going to play quite passive out towards that long position. Need a flash out for long. They can't just peek and dry. They do bait the AWP, but it's actually a 1-for-1 trade out in mid.
Yeah, Magic steals with Shush. Now Cadian comes up against SDY, but not ready for Dexter there. The trade backer so efficient there for the Spirit side. Oh, they're just looking down into the mid-control, but they have taken all the aggressive Heroic players out of play, so it's down to these connector individuals and Refresh coming in from Monster.
Magic's just playing close out to this Monster position itself. It's going to take time for the rotation to come in. It's all going to lie down to him. Nicely
done from Magic. Sees the shoulder, gets the kill for it. Pulling back to position, going to wait for backup if necessary, but start focusing on that short defense, which is where the T-side players are coming in from Heroic. Starting to face, Tess seen, Magic's gets a triple. And it's all left us down. 1 versus 3 scenario. Bomb on his back. Might see the jump face. I've probably seen the head. The smoke up the site. Get the bomb plant.
Now get that extra little bit of money, cash injection, and for Spirit, they're not going to overwhelm the site. Just slow it down, get the retake in.
Nade onto him. Chipping away at the damage numbers here for the CT side. Incendiary as well for Chopper. Try and force him off the site itself. Flashbang turned away from Stound, still watching for that short presence. Will Dexter get hard? He's going to probably hear the drop down in towards water. Face onto Magics, win the fight, but a player coming in from Monster is still going to force the backstab, and Chopper gets his kill in to secure the round again for Spirit and take the lead away from Heroic.
And what I love from the youngster in Magic's, the 18-year-old, is just how composed he can be as an anchor player. We saw on the B side, rotations, well, at least the A players were right up towards long, so it's going to take a crazy long time for them to get into position. He strikes with an aggressive move out to the short position, out from Monster, just the way that he's repositioning on the side, creating angles for himself, slowing it down, and then once he gets his 3K, once he gets the 3v1, he doesn't immediately fight. He jump spots, gets the information, waits for his teammates to get in reposition.
Patient plays. Brilliant positions here for the Spirit side. The double AWPs coming in as a result of it. Heroic forcing the issue once again, going fast into this next round. Haven't seen a big rush play or a faster execution. We'll put the Molotov to decent effect though. 28 HP for Magix. Slow walks in now towards this short pipe. 4 players are there.
Resmoke out to Monster, but that's not going to help the situation at all. 4 players, they just explode with this?
They might do. Magix sees what's going on. Mir gets Cadian, trying to line up a couple of kills. Mir doubles up. SDY traded back here. Magic's still on 2 points of health, but been mopped up on this short control. Tessesh trying to fight his way back out in towards the A side. Put a lot of utility down, indicate there was some sort of rotation, but I think Refresh was spotted, so Spirit are going to hold the line.
Now, this situation almost looks impossible for the T side. If Team Spirit just work the contacts and play off one another and play passive, there should be no way this 2v4 finds anything.
We did say the T side was going to be the challenge here for the Danes, and most certainly it has been. It's not coming easy for them. Refresh. Just going to smoke and flash his way into the B site, try and see if he can force some sort of mistake here from Team Spirit, but the 2-2 split means that no matter what happens, they're facing an equal amount of CT presence. Orb of Degster set towards A. Tessa starting to lean forward towards it. Can't see Chopper. Hoping with something, anything to give up to the CT side. Hasn't seen the gun barrels, hasn't seen the player. Happen on Degster. He has made his way around. Chopper not being seen yet. Still faces in against the Kamata. And there it is. Tessa. Try and fight hard towards this one. Got to get both of these kills so quickly though, and got to secure the bomb plot and all. Rotations will be inbound towards Dumpster, so at least he can secure that, but the retake is impossible.
They're coming in quite quickly. Mid just taking the fight straight away. And where is Heroic in this second half? Yeah, we've seen rounds where they've got post plants and they've got the extra cash injection by getting that extra little bit of a bonus, but really, Spirit have been on form and have not been slowing down round after round after round. The streak is just continuing.
Yeah, it's looking great. Looking real great for Spirit, and the first tactical pause is coming in for Heroic as a result. Now, in their previous outings here on Overpass, they've only got 4 results on record in the last few months, and they've always had some pretty poor T sides. So I look to this, and I start to see why that half switch has started to affect Heroic a little bit, because it doesn't feel like they have a great basis here to work with.
Yeah, very true in some of their past performances, but even just the way in which they had so much confidence, they had so much momentum, you thought that was going to follow over, and it just hasn't quite been that same level. And Team Spirit really being able to show what to offer. And when you do look at their results in the play-ins, you maybe do get a little bit afraid when MIBR best of one goes to overtime, lose to Vitality, beat Sprout, but then even that one was a bit of a draw. It wasn't an easy fare at all. So this could be a great way for them to start making a little bit more of a statement and say, you know what, we can actually look a little bit more threatening than we are so far.
11-9. Team Spirit hold the lead thus far. Heroic trying to get it back here. Another forced invest round. The AKs across the board. The Orber FDY though gives it no mercy whatsoever. Finds Tess down. Can trade it. Can double up as well. Mir caught to the back of water. Down tag to 5 HP, but needs to deal with 4 of these individuals. Smokes on. Bomb plant can be secured. Calls will be sprung to deny, and indeed Mir's going to get there. Refresh finds Chopper in the midst of the smoke. A 3 versus 2. Down so low. The Orb shot misses, and Mir might have brought this back to a 2 versus 2.
And they've lost the bomb, or at least they've been able to regain it for Cadian. So now they've got a bit of an option in which they could start slowing the round down, start repositioning out to the A site. How slow are these rotations going to be? Because they're still on B for the most part.
Molotov for Refresh going to ensure that the A site is roughly cleared up, but all it means is that Mir's going to rotate here, or at least attempt to do so. Made a lot of footsteps, but he's going to rotate back into the B play. They think it's still going to be the B hit. Heroic have gone for the full rotation though.
He's just gone for a fake rotate, try and fake that they're moving up towards the A side, but instead they're playing on B. This doesn't really help because Heroic are moving up.
Start to push forward. Refresh should hear the second rotation. This time realize it's probably real. Cadian still being careful about this. The bomb will get planted. Mir should hear that and now should call it in. Do they go for the retake here? It seems like they do.
Oh, it's slow. Very, very slow. They've got the util to work with, and I don't know how keen they are on this.
Can't be half-hearted. Either go for it or save. Half the time it ticked by already. They heard the second player. I'm sure they must have done. Cadian. AK looking back towards APC. T-side players try boost up, I thought. For a moment, Spray 2 goes awry. Cadian's part finally gets the kill on Dexter. Mir trying to respond towards it. Does get his triple involved, but now has no info to the 4th man. Grab that orb and run for it. But 4 HP, I think he's going down. This will be a 10th round for Heroic.
Yeah, he's not going up. Yeah, he's going to die, definitely, for sure. And with that AWP fallen, it just means that for Spirit, they're now in a position where they're not going to be reset, but there isn't a massive amount of cash to work with. Stown with the walkout from Monster, a great couple of kills for him, but just a great mid-round adaptation to start moving that offensive away from B up to A into the open bomb site.
And finally, first round on the T side for Heroic. Going well with the trade game. That attack pause really did a lot of work for them. Figuring out a new style of strategy. And to break the Spirit economy as well, the buyback is going to look very awkward for them. Full guns will come through, but from Arsene, for Magic, so Deagle out for SDY. Or for Dexter Shaw. Very little in terms of the utility as well for the CT side.
Yeah, trying to hold on to those nades as late into the round as possible. Stound's a bit of a player too that started really coming alive in sort of the later section of that second half and now moving over to the second half. Trying to see if they can start regrouping out to Monster. 2 players close to Monster Wall here.
Smoke on from Magic, suppressing for the moment. Heroic will not be allowed to move forward. Slow and steady. Still a minute to play with here. Not enough smokes and flashes to go for the full set piece.
Mir's got another smoke to put down towards Monster, but they're out of position. They're now pushing forward.
Free sight if they can walk out of Monster. Magix will get the kill on Shush, however. Short control contested. Magix falls back to position. Heroic are going to cancel the hit as a result. Flash their way back in. Counter flash with the CT side. They're being stalled for time here. Heroic are falling back even further. Mir's going to take a chance to swing and get a kill on Cadian. Stown trades it, and Heroic are being played like fools here. SDY now in connector read. The cut-off goes, rotates back into the A site. One player acting on a long. 20 seconds to the clock, though. SDY's got 2 frags. This is going to be easy enough for him, and that's round done.
It's just misinformation entirely there for Heroic. Tesla starts calling out, okay, bring the bomb A. I've cleared out the majority of the site. I'm coming through long. There's no contact, but they don't know about connector. And that whole round, not even that last segment, there just seemed to be so much hesitation there for Heroic. Don't commit out for Monster. Don't commit out towards short water. And for Spirit, it just allows them to keep making info plays and aggressive moves.
This is starting to fall apart now for Heroic. That one good round, but that's all they've found so far here, Dweg. And again, questions about the basis of their T side, because most teams will be able to at least clear that position or deal with it. They just ran full send in towards this connector position. Checked the corner, didn't check the actual top bit of the site of the connector area itself, and costing them everything on that one. 12-10, Spirit. It's another broken buy for Heroic.
I can't blame them too hard for that check. There's 20 seconds left on the clock. You have to check the minimal angles and not everyone, because you don't have the time to work with. You're looking to rotate up quickly, but Heroic, they've got to make some more calculated risks on the T side in which they know information rather than the maps, or at least positions in the maps, they don't know about.
Information has been scarcely given here by Spirit, so Heroic got to force it out. Orb in for SDY. As the corner sees the back of one, catches Tessus for a tag, but not quite the kill.
He's been very consistent with his double AWP, very on point for SDY. And both the AWPers are actually on A. Dexter's pressed up aggressive at long.
Looking back here, expecting there to be somebody. So far, so little seen on Heroic's part. They're actually falling away from their mid defaults, wrapping that bomb into the B site.
They've got no nades, do they? Flash and smoke, that's it. Get that up towards heaven, but Mir might go aggressive with Magics again.
Stown's ready for it. Seeing the player in the back instead. Down there with a trade back. Mir trying to respond towards it, but he's unsuccessful in doing so. So, man advantage for Heroic, but they're very low on HP in several cases. So the AWP here's set and ready for SDY. Smoke on towards the heaven position. Here at water, he sees Tesses, drops him, and the bomb. Sees the next 2 players, but can't get the kills on either of them, not given the time of day. Jump face, they get up to site. Dexter can find a responsive to a 2 versus 2. That bomb's got to get planted, though.
They're just time stalling. Starn gonna get that bomb down. The swing can come out for the short position. That gets off the bomb. That's the kill to come through. And Cadian's now just out of time. Needs to try and hunt these frags. It's not gonna happen at all. His best bet is just to hold on to the Galil now.
Oh, that is truly bad timing. Heroic worked so hard to get into the site, and he's gonna fall after time as well. $100 for Cadian to work into round 24. And Heroic just can't catch a break.
No, they can't. That was really well played for Chopper, that as soon as he hears that bomb going down and knows that Dexter's got that angle up from heaven, just push it in, put the pressure on, allow that bomb to not get planted. And for Cadian, just a little bit desperate. He needs to hold on to that rifle. He can't just keep pressing forward, because now that just wrecks the economy even further. Heroic have had a very, very rough time here on T-side. And for the most part of Spirit, it's looked very coordinated, but it's also looked relatively easy. Hasn't been a challenge in this second half.
Very little thrown up by this T side. You had those wonders of maybe Heroic being able to pull something off in this second half and pull off the map victory. We feel a little bit silly now, I guess, seeing how things have played out here. 13-10. It's not over yet. Definitely on the Spirit map pick, you have a little bit of a basis to work from for the Heroic side going into the second and the rest of the series. But for now, it's going to suck a little bit knowing that your own map, that your great start in this map is going to start to go to waste. Mir and Tesses opening a couple of kills back and forth here towards Monster. It's 4v4.
More nades out towards the short position allow the con players to get quite aggressive. They don't know about Cadian. Does strike, but also the AWP is here.
Dexter going to have a lot of pressure towards him. Utility in hand. Smoke up. Does deal with Cadian. The Molotov should force him back, though. 8 HP. He barely stays alive. And that maintains a 3-on-2 advantage here for the CT side. And while Star's distracted, Mir's going to hold an aggressive face here towards the short control. Tess picks up. Does get Mir to drop as well. So back to evens will go. The backstab can't complete itself for Chopper. The bomb can go down.
Dexter's got to have to play really passive, just knowing how low HP he is. And for Heroic, a lot of these situations in which they have sort of wasted a lot of time getting the bomb plan in, that allows Chopper to get into a better position.
Slow walk in, slowly looking up. Can't see Stown, can't see Tesses. Watching as Chopper gets caught. Big frag. Dexter now, 8 points of health. 1 versus 2, he doesn't fancy his chances, he's going to save it, and Heroic will get their second of the T-side half.
It makes a lot of sense for Dexter to save. It's not worth going in for the risk. Money's not a great factor either here for Spirit and for Heroic. Tessus just recovering that round, making an information play out from that monster position and just catching off Mir. We saw that for Spirit, they got a lot of success out from that composition. They had a 3-on-2 advantage as the AWP falls back, but just the walkout for Monster. Mir looked like he was going to make an aggressive play, but got caught off when he went back to the site itself.
And for Heroic, it's a mistake that leads to a round that leads to potential, but can they convert that potential into momentum is the problem. It's the one thing they've struggled to do all this T-side so far. Blind shot again from Tesses that just was able to open up the round itself. Great sequence again from him, dropping at 20 kills thus far in this matchup. Again, he's had a pretty decent performance for the Heroic side. Definitely looked better on the CT side though. It's slowed down in the second half. Another tactical pause called in by Heroic here.
They just know that they can't afford to make another mistake because you mentioned it, it's their second of the T side. They've all been individual so far. Got to follow up. Got to make sure that you're actually grinding these rounds back rather than just getting one here or there. And we know that at least for Spirit with the 1900 loss bonus, they're not on double eco at all. So we might have to just see that light eco investment. They've got that hero warp in. There will be players that can't really afford in the next round. So they might lightly eco and then eco again.
Basic pistols out here for this one. AWP for Dexter. Should be seeing that 12th come up to the board for Heroic as a result. So finally starting to convert. Now, can they carry it into the rest is the big thing. I mean, it still could potentially fall apart depending on how Spirit want to play this. We've seen a couple of ecos in yesterday's broadcast. Spirit do the same thing as Gambit were able to. Well, right now, no opportunities presenting themselves in the CTs. SDY being close up, P. Might hear some footsteps, but I don't think he'll catch any kills, perhaps. Use that smoke. Ooh, this could be really, really dicey for him. What's he going to get here?
Oh, do they check in? They don't see him. Finally, they do, but look how many players there are on the 8 side. The AWP's getting involved now.
2 kills for Dexter. 3 versus 3. Heroic fall into the trades of the information game. Better for the CT side. Now Chopper's pushed forward into that B play on that short control. He's going to realize that nobody's out here. Could be a rotation in from connected. They're going to wrap all the way towards Monster instead.
The AWP has got to keep finding impact because with these upgraded pistols, you can't expect a lot from them. Chopper needs a 1-for-1.
It's waiting here, ready to receive. It's back Cadian. Hoping for an angle Mir. Starts pushing on. 30 seconds. Chopper. Get himself on top of the railings to ensure he does not get seen by the short pipe players. Smoke on towards the heaven position. Flashes over. Mir's walk right past Cadian. How's he got there? Kill found, 3 versus 2. PT50 going to try and play back the AWP. It's very possible for him, but Cadian secures his second pick, and Dexter goes down quickly.
How frustrating is that? The way that they just walk past one another, and as soon as Mir realizes exactly what's going on, and that there is an AWPer in Con, he can't quite finish off the kill. That could have been the advantage. That could have been double AWPs in a 3-on-2. Instead, it goes the other way. Cadian with a couple of really quick flicks.
Oh, he was scoped in and everything. Great stuff for Cadian, but just barely recovering that scenario. And again, against the eco, where the pistols still did damage. Heroic. Connie's going to be limited. The bike comes back in for Spirit. It's not amazing. 2 M4s, 2 for Masters, and an SMG. Straight into the mid control for the default. Heroic again going into their passive sets.
Yeah, they would have loved to kept that hero AWP in for just another round, but not to be with just how much the last one pans out. Info out towards this short position. Team Spirit have actually really loved these aggressive plays out from short water in the mid and late round segments.
Out into aggression again for Spirit. Oh, did Magic get seen? I don't think he did. I don't think Mir got seen either. Shush just watching. Get a reload involved to ensure that the T-side hold their own. Seeing nothing though. Again, this timer ticks so far deep and neither side takes the kill.
It's very silent. Mir just going for a jump spot, pulling out the information, but they've got to flash out towards a short position. Otherwise, Magic's going to just mow.
Gets caught by Refresh. Drive faced in, shot off. Boost up is going to catch down, however, Mir with a response. So, weren't expecting that, and the wallbang's not quite as successful. Tess successful in mid, though, getting SDY to a 4 versus 3. One player out of Monster for Refresh, 2 to line up. The spray goes well for the first man, not quite the second. Chopper trailing back up to the AK here. Doesn't get caught by the T-side player, also looming in Monster itself, but he's going to have to get taken down. 20 seconds, that bomb's going to push up towards it. Where is Cadian going with this? I thought he was going for a rotate, but not to be. AK ready to face in as the second man. Not quite against Shish. 1v3 for Dexter.
And that whole round, probably the last 30 seconds of it, Spirit didn't really know what was going on, because as the chaos comes down out from that short position, Tessus then gets a kill at Party, and they're thinking to themselves, oh, well, is the rotation coming back up for Con? And for Spirit, it seems that in these rounds where they don't really know, they don't have an information play, they're not hearing the footsteps, they get very uncomfortable because they can't get a read on what the situation is. Dexter's got no opportunity but to save onto this for Mars. Heroic, you'd have to expect they're going to be up against an eco. Spirit cannot force again.
It was a disaster start in this T side. Now Heroic are starting to feel it again. Shush will go down, at least for Dexter, to get some exits involved. Oh, not quite taking out the AWP. That would have been, I think, important to them if they held that kill, but as you mentioned, not a lot to work with here for Spirit. This has to be an eco call. Heroic could get back in the lead.
Yeah, there was a decent attempt for Heroic, just knowing that even if we lose a couple of players, doesn't matter. Just try and take the FAMAS out of play. We know they're not going to buy next round anyway. We've got an okay economy line to make that kind of risk potential. And for Spirit, it would be so underwhelming, really, to know that they start cracking right at the end after they've shown us so much greatness in this second half.
Not much greatness here for round 27. Should, in theory, be a clean-up for Heroic. Magix will suffer towards that. It's down. Tag found in the Spallbank spray, but no kills against the name of the Spirit side. It's still 5-on-5 and still so passive again for the CTs. These early rounds have been so quiet.
Yeah, both teams have been like that. T-sides, respectively. Haven't seen a lot of monster rushes. Haven't seen a lot of tempo plays. It's been slow. It's been methodical. Just try and see if Dexter can find some sort of impact, but he's alone on A.
Just waiting for someone to round this corner here at the flower pot position, hoping that someone out of mid ready to fall. Slow walks into the mid-contact. Tessus. When does he peek? Does he time it right? Apparently not. Dexter's focused entirely on bathrooms. The bomb's going to make his way in from long instead.
Oh, gets caught out. That's round done. There's a very heavy B stack coming through for Spirit. They say to themselves, okay, let's put the FAMAS on A. It's our best chance of doing damage up to the A site, and we can stack up B. But unfortunately, FAMAS doesn't find anything, they can look for extra kills because they're not really losing much by any players fallen.
Yeah, just upgrade pistols, one piece to Kevlar for SDY, but loss bonus flowing into this round should lead to a buyback regardless of what happens here now for Spirit. Still going to hold on to the majority of these players down in Underpass. I'm not sure if this is an exit setup or a safe setup, but we'll start creeping closer towards the connector door. And Chopper, the man leaning in from bank, will hope to find something here in the back of the A site, but so far so little gain. Shush going out for the hunt. Clearing up positions, and if there are any exit frags found here by the Spirit side, then that's going to be damage done to Heroic in quite significant amounts. There's not a lot of cash in reserve, but fortunately, kills coming in across the board. SDY is seen by Shush, and all 5 stay alive.
Now, I'm not really a massive fan of how Heroic go sort of hunting in that situation, because you are sort of gambling a little bit that you could lose one of those rifles, offer one up towards Team Spirit, but they make sure that they don't sort of lose anything in there. They're all holding each other's crossfires, and they deal with that effectively. The buy coming back in, Spirit, pressure is on here to deliver, because they lose this, they might lose the map.
Very possible. Very possible indeed. And again, we entertained that thought at the turn of the half that maybe Heroic might be able to carry momentum forward, and they weren't able to do so, but they found their form again in the latter stage of the T side. Round 28 for map point. If Heroic can take it, Team Spirit. Down with Dexter on the AWP, M4s across the board, no helmets, but that's fine against the AKs. The FAMAS for SDY is going to be the weaker element.
Now, keep an eye out for where Mir's playing for. He's always the B anchor, and he's the one with the kit in this sort of round. Dexter, oh, the run boost out for the T side does not bait out the AWP shot, instead just falling back to retreat.
The hell out of dodge. They start making their moves back over into the T composition. Molotov's down for Stown. Picked up by Cadian with the flash in hand. He's going to try and rotate that AWP to join the likes of Refresh, and the rest of the teammates will follow. They're going to go for the B commit, it seems.
Now, there's an aggressive move again out towards the short water position. Perfect timing on that monster smoke. Means that the walkout just can't be possible.
Magic's in near. Instead, start moving forward, and Shush catches one out of connector. Did he see the second player? Will he be detected? Yes, he will, and Stown gets the kill for it. 5 versus 3. Heroic sending into the B site. Incendiary's down, and Chopper with the M4 at the back of ramp will get Molotov opposition as well. Can't take an aggressive face. Will try and get the site regardless, though. Flash in, not catching him. Gets down for one good frag, but overwhelmed with the numbers game. Tetes gets 2, and Dexter's alone.
Oh, this is it. This is it for Spirit. They are really crumbling when it matters most. And for Heroic, this is going to get them over the line, get their way up to 15. The economy is so damn wrecked. There's even a little bit of a hunt going through from Topcom for sure. So there's a way in which they just slow the whole round down, get that bomb plan, really try and make sure that AWP falls if it's possible.
Wraparounds coming in to ensure that he's out towards long. I guess they would have assumed that he's sort of fallen away at this position. They're leaving the site pretty early here. Hold on, Dexter. He hasn't got a kit here, so I don't think he can go for a ninja defuse. As long as Tessa sticks around in short, it should be fine. I think a bit closer to the B site than most people will be comfortable with, though. But for Heroic, comfortable in taking this 15th round. Map point for them on Spirit's map pick. Making sure that no one's going for anything cheeky, and indeed he's not. Dexter will hold on to the AWP. The buy around this. What can they do here, Tweg?
Not a lot, honestly. You have a look at the situation. Spirit were, what, 5-2 up in the first half, and then going into the second, they were 7-1 up, respectively. So we have seen early portions of first and second half, fantastic stuff for Spirit. Pressure's on. Everything's looking really good, but Heroic, it seems like when their backs are up against the wall and when they need to deliver the most, that's when they're pulling forward of these rounds. And with the buy coming back in, you've got to look at 2 players in particular to really get something big, really something impactful. That's Mir and Dexter.
24 and 21 respectively on the kill counts. They've been fantastic in this map, but it's not been enough for Spirit. Tags on the Tessus initially, 41 HP for him. He's a top fragger for the T side, and again, he's had a lights out game so far in this one. Went quiet at the start of the half, but now has come back into his own. Heroic. Same default as usual, same passive position, same passive from Spirit as well. Neither side wants to give up the ghost in the opening kill.
It gets very quiet, and you can just feel that for Spirit, they need to be making a bit of a play in this. They just hold back, they play passive, they play into the sides. They're going to get overwhelmed. These entries have been phenomenal for Heroic in these last handful of rounds. And, well, the majority of influence is out towards long. Big, big numbers.
55 seconds. Heroic. Still waiting patiently. Still being careful about these contacts. Still waiting for the peaks to come through from Spirit. Will flash their way in towards Long. Start to wrap the corner. We're seeing nothing at all from the CT side still. Chopper's jump face also didn't capture the info. The AWP Dexter that forces forward instead. Can he get the opening frag on Shush? He may well do so. Great shot. Good opening chance. Now got to look back towards Long and keep his eyes one eye on mid as well at least. Looks in, catches Tesla next up, but Refresh gets his trade involved. Damage done to Down. Chopper comes up with a kill. Refresh can double up. And Cadian looking for his own AWP moment. 18 seconds. Bomb's been dropped. Deagle onto Mir. Chopper's close with a USP. Dealt with by Refresh. 1 point of health for him. And Magic's with it all to do. Smoked off from Dumpster. Giving up the angle. Incendiary going to try to deny a bomb plant of some sort. If he had that HE put into default, that would have been enough, but no. Doesn't put it up in the end. Going to go for the standard retake here. He's going very quick into the site and everything. Cadian set and ready. Not seeing the man. Magic's back is turned. Cadian sees it, taps forward, gets the kill, and gets the map. The big victory for Heroic.
Winning their opposition's map pick, Heroic had to work really, really hard, and for the back foot for the majority of that map, but they close it out when it counts in a massive streak at the end.